Okay, so we are solving 2014 specimen. Okay, let's start. We are always given the answer sheet here where you write your details and even your answers here, everything. That is paper 1. Okay, so let's read the first question. Find the value of -5 minus +5. So what are we supposed to do here? Okay, what are we supposed to do here? So maybe the easiest to do is where you say this will be -5. When you get rid of the brackets, minus multiplied by positive, you get -8. Now here you have a minus and a minus. So when we add these, you add them and keep the sign. So you're going to get -13. So the answer here is the first one. Okay. But if it's in an exam, you need to come back here and put the answers. You need to come back here and label them, but here we may not need to do that. Okay, so we come to the second one. Which of the following is not a rational number? Which one is not a rational number? Okay. Which one is not a rational number? Which one? This is the one that is not a rational number. So solve the inequation. Solve the inequation. So what are we supposed to do here? So here we say 3x. This one will come this side as a +1. So you have 3x 9. So you divide both sides by 3. So you're going to have x 3. Okay, this one. Do we have it? Yes, the first one. We'll come to question 4. What is the value of 5? So this is going to be 32 plus this one is going to be what? 8. Okay, what do we get here? This is going to give us 40. I hope you understand. Here you multiply 2 by itself 5 times to give you 32. Here you multiply 2 by itself 3 times to give you 8. So 40 is our answer. Which of the following is a net of a pyramid? Is a net of a pyramid? Is a net of a pyramid? Okay. Which of the following is a net of a pyramid? The pyramid wasn't properly stated. Okay. Because which one is the net of a pyramid? It's just open like that. So the one here, okay, but the best could have been stating the type of a pyramid. Is it right, a square based? But this is a square based pyramid. Okay, this is a square based pyramid. So the correct answer is this one here. Again, when you look at this one, these are short. So this is the correct one, D. Okay, so how do we factorize this one? What is common here? 2 is common. You remove 2, what do you remain with? A minus 2b. This is what. Do we have this answer? Yes. C. So here we have the diagram below shows the pass percentage of grade 9 pupils at Punziro Primary School from 2010 to 2013. What was the mean pass percentage? What was the mean pass percentage? So the first thing that we're supposed to do here is to get the percentage passes. For the first one, which is 2010, it was 30. For 2011, it was 50. For 2012, it was 60. For 2013, it was 20. Okay, so when we are talking about mean, it's the average, so we need to divide by 4. Okay, so when you add this, what do we get? This is going to give us 11. This is going to give us, okay, let's say 110 plus this one. What do we get? We're going to get 116. Okay, so this is going to give us is it 160? Okay, 160, yes, over 4. So when you divide here, what do you get? You're getting 40. 40 is your answer. Look at this question here. In the diagram below, the line AB intersects and PQ intersect at Q. Angle AOP is 60 and angle BOQ is find the. So these are vertically opposite angles. In other words, what are vertically opposite angles, or what is their relationship? Vertically opposite angles are equal. So you divide here by 5, you divide here by 5. What do you get? You're going to get 12. 12 will be your answer. Okay. We have question 9. The diagram below illustrates sets A and B. List the set open brackets A union B close complement. So we don't want the elements that are found in these two sets. So what are those elements? The elements that are outside these two sets, which is 0, 6, and 8. This one is our answer. All right. Question 10. Find the value of 4x squared y minus 2xy if x is equals to 2, y is equals to -3. Okay, so we have 4. What is our x? Our x is 2 squared. What is our y? Our y is -3. Minus, again we say 2 multiplied by, what is our x? Our x is 2 multiplied by our y. What is our y? -3. So this is going to give us 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by -3. Minus, what do you get here? This is going to give us -12 here. Then what do we get here? This is 16. Okay, so then you have 16. Okay, you have 16 here multiplied by 3. What are we getting? This is going to give us negative what? -48. Then this and this will get a plus 12. When we add this, what do we get? We're going to get -36. -36 is our answer. So when we come to question 11, given that A is this matrix, state the order of the matrix. What is the order? How many rows do we have? We have 1, 2 rows. 2 by how many columns? 1, 2, 3. This is the order. Okay. Then 3 is the scalar. Find 3 multiplied by A. So we need to multiply everything here by 3. Okay. So we'll be multiplying everything here by 3. So we're going to be saying 3. We have 1, 2, 4, 0, 1, 3. So you multiply everything by 3. What do you get? This will be 3. This will be 6. This will be 12. This will be 0. This will be 3. This will be 9. This is the answer here. Okay, this will be the answer. Okay. Question 12. A money transfer company charges a fixed charges a fixed amount of 8.10 and a further 15% on the amount sent, okay, plus 15% of the amount sent. Okay, this one also wants to send how much? 90 kwacha from Shangombo to Lusaka. What would be the total charge for the transfer? So the total charge is going to be this amount, which is fixed, multiplied by the 15%. So 15 is 15 over 100 multiplied by 90. Okay. So this is going to give us, you divide, you cancel this and that. Okay. So you have 8.0 plus over, oh, sorry, this is supposed to be 15 here. Take note, this is 15 over 10 multiplied by 9. Okay. Which is still the same as 8.1 plus 15 multiplied by 9 over 10. Okay, so you multiply these ones. I'm trying to help you so that we don't have, so multiply 15 by 9, what are we getting? Okay, so this is 8.10 plus 35, 135 divided by 10. Okay, so we continue. Okay, you continue here. This is plus, you divide by 10 here, you get 13.5. So when you add these two, what do you get? Okay, what are you adding there? Add these two, what are you going to get? These two give you 21.6. This is the amount that this one also will have to, that will be the total charge for sending that money for this one also. Okay, then simplify 5a squared minus a minus 4b plus 3a minus 4a squared. Simplify. So here we are looking at the like terms. We are looking at the like terms first of all, then we put them together. So this 5a squared is a like term to 4a squared there, minus a plus 3a minus 4b. Okay, so these are like terms here. So when we subtract, what are we getting? Here we are going to get a squared. Then this side, take note, this minus, close this part. We're dealing with this minus here. So this part just for the a's, it's like, what are we having? It's like you have this, okay? When you look at the coefficients, it's like you have this, okay? But please take note, in the exam, as you are solving these things, please use this space that is this side. Use this space that is this side. I'm just solving here for convenience, but there's a space specifically provided to you for solving here, okay? So this will be 2a minus 4b. This will be our answer because the rest are not like terms. The rest are not like terms. Then from here, we look at, in the diagram below, F is due south of H. Okay? Here is H, F, what is it? F is due south of H, and this is the angle here. Calculate the bearing of G from F. The bearing of G from F. So the bearing will be at F. So at G here, the bearing of G from F. The bearing of G from F. So the bearing will be at F. And how do we do it? It's supposed to start from the north until this part. Okay, so this is the angle that we want. So here it's very simple. You just say 360 minus 50. What do you get? Get 310. That's what will be your answer here. Okay. Then we have question 15. Question 15. The size of each interior angle of a regular polygon is 108. How many sides does the polygon have? So for me, I like using this formula for the external over n is equals to the external angle here. Is equals to the external angle. So if I'm given the interior angle, the exterior angle, you just subtract this one from 180, okay? So just subtract this one from 180. So you say 180 minus 108. So what do you get? So this is going to give us 72. Now when you go further, if you want to find n here, it will be 360 over 72. When you divide, what do you get? Okay, what do you get? 360 divided by 72. What are we getting? So this is going to give us n is equals to 5. That is the number of sides there. That is the number of sides. So convert 34.5 to a number in base 2. Okay, so here, what are we supposed to do? So here, what we are supposed to do is to get this side. We start with this side of a whole number where we have 34 divided by 2. Okay, so into 3 it's 1. What is the remainder? Into 14 it's 7. Remainder 0. Again we say 2 into 17 it's 8. Remainder 1. We continue. Then here we say 2 into 8 it's 4. Remainder 0. Okay, and we say 2 into 4 it's 2. Remainder 0. Then 2 into 2 is 1. Remainder 0. Okay, and 2 into 1 is 0. Remainder 1. So how do we get our answer here? We get the numbers from this side, isn't it? So we have 1 0 0 0 1 0. Okay, now take note that we still have the other part, which is z for the decimal here, which is z for the decimal number. So I'm going to pick it as what? I'll pick it as 0.5. Now this side, instead of dividing by 2, we are doing the opposite. This side will be multiplying by 2. So when you multiply by 2 here, what are you getting? What are you getting? This is going to give you 0.1. So this is what we are supposed to get. We are getting whole numbers instead of the remainders. So here it will be 0.1 base 2. This is the answer. Okay. Okay, so question 17. Mtali is 1.8 meters tall and Mfupi is 1.2 meters tall. On a bright and sunny afternoon, they were standing next to each other, facing the direction of the sun. If Mtali's shadow was Z, so Mtali is what? 1.8. Okay. And Mufupi is 1.2. So if Mufupi's shadow was 6 centimeters, how long was Mtali's shadow? Okay, so this, if this was 6, how long was this? Okay, this is a direct proportion, so we'll just be multiplying. Okay, so it's like we are crossing, multiplying. Here you have 1.2x is equals to 6 multiplied by 1.8. So here we have, sometimes if you want just to make your work easier, you can multiply here by 10. You also multiply here by 10 just to get rid of the decimals. Sometimes the decimals would give you problems. Okay, so let's take it like that. Well, when you multiply this side by 10, you're going to have 12x. Okay? And then this side, what are you going to have? I like to say we're going to have 12 multiplied by 18. This one just becomes 18. Sometimes when you multiply these, when you combine these, again, you're going to have trouble to divide. So me, what I like to do is that you just leave it like this. Then you divide by 12, you also divide by 12. So x is equals to, if we split 12 here, if you split 12, okay, we can say 6 here, 1, 6 here, 2. Again, this into that, 9. So what are you getting? So our x will be 9. So this one will be, meters, sorry. This will be 9 meters. That is what will be our answer. Okay? Then this one, calculate the cube root of 64. What number do you multiply by itself? 3 times to give you 64. This is 4. Okay, find the given that f of x is equals to 2x minus, find this. Okay, so it means here we put what? 3. Then here you have 2, 3 minus 1. This is going to be 6. Okay, minus 1. And what is it going to give us? Get 5. Write 23,914 correct to 3 significant figures. 1, 2, 3. Then these we need, so it will be 23,900. That's all. Then it is given that angle x and y are complementary angles. If angle x is equals to 31, if angle x is equals to 31, then find angle what? Angle y. So we know that x plus y should add up to 90. Complementary angles add up to 90 degrees. So if this one is equals to 31, what are we supposed to do to find y? So it will be 90 minus 31, which is going to give us 59 degrees. So that's the answer there, 59. That's the value of y. Okay. Okay. Then we have the diagonal of a flat rectangular television screen is okay. Rectangular. This is what they are trying to tell us here. You have a rectangular, then the diagonal, which is this one. They're saying the diagonal of is 50. Then this other one, if the screen is broad, which is this part here, if this is 30, then find this part. Okay, now you know, since this is a rectangle, so we are using Pythagoras Theorem here. We are using Pythagoras Theorem. So you know that Pythagoras Theorem, this is the hypotenuse, okay? Then these two sides, one is the adjacent, the other one is the opposite. So what are we supposed to do? I'm sure you know that this part which we are looking for and this was squared, these are equals to 50. This is 50 squared. So L squared, which we are looking for, is equals to 50 squared minus 30 squared. Okay, so we are supposed now to find the square of these. So this is going to give us what? 25 minus, what do we get? I think this is going to give us 900, isn't it? This is going to give us 900. Then we subtract, okay? When you subtract, what are we getting? Let's subtract, what are we getting? This is going to give us 1600 or 1600. So to find the actual length, you need to square root here. Okay, what are we going to get? This is going to give us 40 centimeters. That's what we are getting here. That's what we are going to get. Okay, then we need also to solve this other equation here. How do we solve this equation? You put the like terms. This is going to be 4x. This one, when it comes the other side, we have plus 2x is equals to 6. Also this one, when it comes here, to be, so we have 6x is equals to 12. So you divide by 6, you divide by 6, you have x is equals to 2. All right, are we together? Then question 22, Makwebo deposited 1,500 in a bank at 12% in simple interest per annum. How much did she have in her bank after 8 months? So what are we supposed to do here? So here we are using Makwebo deposited 1,500 in a bank at 12% simple interest. Then how much did she have in her bank account after? So here, I'm sure you know that she had her money, which is 1,500 plus the interest. Okay, plus the interest. So what is this interest? Interest is found by the principal over 100. So how much did she deposit? That is the principal. It is 1,500 multiplied by the rate was what? 12,000 over, 12 over 100. That is the rate multiplied by 8 months. Now this is less than a year. So since it's months, we're going to say 8 over 12, which is 12 months. Then we can simplify this one. These zeros we cancel and cancel these zeros. 12 we cancel, or we also cancel this one. Like we're just dividing. So what are we remaining with? We're remaining with 15 multiplied by 8. What are we getting? 15 multiplied by 8. Okay, let's multiply. This is going to give us 120. So now we know that this person had 1,500, which was her money, and the interest, which is 120. So let's add together. What are we getting? So the amount is going to be 1,620 zero ways. Okay. Then we have in the triangle below, BE is parallel to to CD. B is 2 centimeters and BC is equals to 3 centimeters. Write the ratio of BE to CD. Okay, so here we have two triangles and the ratios are the same because these two triangles are similar. So this a smaller triangle here is what? BE and what? A. This is 2 centimeters. And the bigger triangle is what? A, C, D. So this whole thing here, from here up to this point, what is this? It's 2 plus 3. So this is 5. So the ratio for the smaller side, which is AB to AC, is 2 to 5. So even here, it's the same ratio that we are going to use. It's the same ratio. From the smaller one, it will be 2, and the bigger one, it will be 5. That's what will be our answer. The Venn diagram below shows the sets A and B. Use set notation. Using set notation, describe the shaded region. So the shaded region here, what are we saying? This is already A complement, not in A. Intersection B. That's all. Okay. So the volume of a cylinder is equals to 3,000 centimeters cubed if its density is equals to 0.5 grams stroke centimeters squared. Cubed. What is the mass of the cylinder? So what is the formula we're using here? Density is equals to mass over volume. So what do we want to find here? Mass. So mass, this one, mass is equals to density multiplied by volume. So what is our density here? Our density is multiplied by, okay, what are we getting here? We need to multiply these. Let's multiply. What are we going to get? Okay. This is going to give us what? Grams. This is what we're going to get. Okay. So we go to the other question here. The table below shows the distribution of the favorite breakfast for 800 pupils at a boarding school. So this is the type of breakfast, number of pupils. So samp 280, maize porridge 100, rice 240, sweet potatoes 180. If this information is presented on a pie chart, calculate the angle of the sector representing samp. Okay, it is very simple. So samp is what? 280. What was the total number of pupils? 800 multiplied by, we're dealing with angles. Angles is a complete 10 is 360 degrees. So here we can begin to knock out the zeros. This is 0, this is 0, this is 0, this is 0. So we have 28 over 8 multiplied by 3, 6, isn't it? So we can go further and say 4 here, it's 2, 4 here, it's 9, okay? Then 4 here, 2 here, it's what? 14. So we need to multiply 14 by 9, okay? We need to multiply 14 by 9. What are we getting? This is giving us 126 degrees. That is the angle there, okay? So let's come to question 27. Question 27. To run a motor vehicle for a year, Mr. Cantwa needs to pay insurance at 300 kwacha, road tax at 75 kwacha, fitness at 40 kwacha, and petrol at 10 kwacha per liter. If he covers if he covers 30,000 kilometers in 1 year and uses 1 liter of petrol to cover a distance of 15 kilometers, what would be his total expense in that year to run a vehicle? Okay, so to run a vehicle in this year, this person needs to pay these. Okay, this person needs to pay this person needs to pay 300 kwacha for insurance, 75 kwacha for road tax, and 40 kwacha for fitness. Then now 10 kwacha, then 10 kwacha per liter. Now, how many liters did you use in this particular year? So we need to find the number of liters first. So we are told this is the distance that was covered, and 1 liter used to cover, so we need to divide this amount. Okay, divide this amount by 15. What are we going to get? 30,000 divided by 15. Let's divide 30,000 divided by 15. What are we going to get? Just 15. Okay, so this is going to give us 2,000, isn't it? This is going to give us 2,000 liters. So 2,000 liters were used. 2,000 liters were used. So when you add this now, we add this one, you multiply this one. What are you going to get? This is going to give you 20,000 was used on fuel. So we add now these amounts here. 375 and 40. Okay, we need to add them to that amount to get the answer. Okay, we need to add them there. So let's try to add. Can we add these amounts? Let's add these amounts and see what we're going to get. Okay, let's see these amounts. Let's add these amounts and see what we're going to get. I think we should be able to get 20,415 kwacha. Okay, this is what this person is supposed to get. Then we have a flowchart here. The flowchart below shows how a company calculates agent's commission based on monthly sales. Mrs. Chirwa, an agent at this company, made sales of 4,780 kwacha in 1 month. Then calculate Mrs. Chirwa's commission in this month. Okay, so now we are starting. Write down the sales. Okay, write down the sales. So the sales is what? 4,780. Are sales less than 5,000? In our case, the answer is yes. Okay? Are these sales less than 5,000? The answer is yes. So we are coming this way. So to calculate commission, we'll be using what? Commission, it will be A, sales here. What are the sales? The sales are 4,780 multiplied by 1/10. So that's what we're supposed to do. So let's multiply this one, that's all. Okay? Let's multiply this one. Or we are actually going to say 478 divided by 10. That's what we're going to do. And when you divide, what do you get? It's as simple as that, isn't it? It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So the amount is going to be 478. to be the amount. Okay? What is going to be the amount? Then here, the diagram below shows a regular polygon with an exterior angle marked E. Find the size of angle E. So first of all, we need to know what is this regular polygon. So we count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is a hexagon. Okay, so to find, this is an exterior angle, isn't it? So the formula that we use to find an exterior angle is this one. 360 degrees multiplied by divided by the number of sides. So 300 divided by the number of sides, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are we going to get here? We're going to get 60. Okay, that's what we're going to get. Then we come to this one, where we're saying in the diagram below, ABC is a right. Okay, ABC is a right right angled triangle. BD is perpendicular to AC. Okay, so it's like we have the first triangle that we have is this one. Okay, where we have A, B, and D. Isn't it? Then we also have another here. We have another right angle triangle here. So first of all, let's read the question. Which angle is equal to CBD? Okay, CBD. Which angle is equal to this one? Okay, so now it's like we have another, which is B here and D here, then we have C, isn't it? So we are looking at this smaller angle here, CBD. Which angle is equal to this one? When we are looking at these two as similar triangles. Okay, which angle is equal to this one? So when you look at this side, here, okay, so the angle that is equal to this one on this one, it will be this angle, isn't it? That's the angle that will be equal to this one. So what is this angle? This angle is BAC. This angle is BAC. Okay, it's BAC. That's what we are going to have. Right? This one is equal to angle, maybe CA, it's one and the same thing. BAC. So these are the answers that we're supposed to do. Okay, so please, just in case you may have questions or corrections that have to be made, you know it's possible we can make errors here as we solve. This is my phone number, and I am Mr. Mbondo, a teacher of mathematics at Nyumbanga Secondary School in Lusaka, Zambia. Okay, so these are the answers that you are expected to write here. Otherwise, thank you very much for following. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation. Don't forget to subscribe to give us the comments and a thumbs up. Until next time.